The team behind Pudgy Penguins is continuously launching new features. This time it's PenguBot, and that helps the price appreciate. The question is, how much longer can this last? Let's have a look at the on-chain data, the data most people are not considering, and try to figure out whether or not it makes sense to still buy Pengu right now. Here's the news. Pudgy Penguins launches PenguBot. But interestingly enough, the Twitter profile isn't really focused on that. It rather focuses on marketing. The Twitter space is rather focused on technical analysis. So how much does PenguBot really influence the price here? Here's Pudgy Penguins in US dollars. There seems to be an invisible glass ceiling, but there also is a bottom. Now what we see here as this dotted line, that's the average price of Pengu. If we were to climb to that average price, Pengu could almost double from here, an increase of 92%. Now, since there's so much correlation in crypto, so when Bitcoin and Ethereum goes up, then most altcoins go up as well, and vice versa, it probably makes sense to rather look at the relative performance of Pengu to all those other tokens. So how is Pudgy Penguins doing within the altcoin market? That's what we see in this chart here. So it's the Pengu price divided by others. And we've got higher highs, we've got higher lows, we have bounced off the low, coming to the average ratio of Pengu to the altcoin market cap only implies an increase of 32%. Now this chart looks very encouraging, but I'm not sure if that's actually what's going to happen, because unfortunately Pudgy Penguins is an inflating token. So over time the team and venture capitalists, they get new tokens that can unlock and that can then also get sold into the market. And that token inflation, of course, is selling pressure that can potentially lead to underperformance long term. But that's very long term, that's not short term. In the short term, it seems like Pengu is rather cheap. What we have over here, that's the trading volume on the spot market of Pengu. There is positive correlation between the price of an asset and its trading volume. And currently we are still low at a token volume of around 100 million. And this can rise all the way to 20 billion. The market cap is at 500 million and that historically peaked at 2.5 billion. So that's a 5x from here. We can see that the engagement metrics are also going up. This is from Luna Crush. Pudgy Penguins, or the Pengu token, has first been launched on the Solana chain. So let's have a look at the Solana chain metrics. Who's buying it? Who's selling it? Let's look at the different metrics. So first of all, there's more than 500,000 holders on the Solana chain. But not all of those holders are created equal. On the left side, we see the number of holders with at least 100,000 Pengu tokens. That's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. We tended to see sell pressure, but that sell pressure has eased. The same is true for the number of holders with $10,000 worth of the token, and the number of wallets with $100,000 worth of the token, it tends to even go up recently. So the whales seem to be accumulating. And I do think this is a very good development, because the whales, they tend to make the better calls compared to the average retail investor. They are whales for a reason, right? They have traded. Crypto is a game of luck and skill. The more the game is played, the more the capital allocates towards the people that are skilled. So the whales, they tend to on average be more skilled when they are buying. That has probably a good reason. Now most of trading volume does not happen on chain though. In the last 24 hours we had 31 million worth of trading volume on the spot market, but on the perpetual futures market we had much more. We had more than 800 million. So really the price discovery happens on the perps. Now the perpetual futures have a pretty balanced funding rate right now. In other words, the number of people that are betting on rising prices and on falling prices is pretty much equal. The open interest, so the amount of bets on Pengu, is still very low. It's at roughly 100 million and it can go all the way up to 600 million. And there is also a correlation between the price and the open interest. In other words, the more bets currently are being made on a particular asset, the higher the price tends to go. But currently, not many people are making any bets on Pengu just now. But there is a chance that will turn around. It seems to already start to turn around. The same is true for the trading volume. It tends to start to recover now. And the liquidations, both on the long and short side, are pretty balanced. So it does appear as if Pudgy Penguins has quite a bit of upside. That being said, I don't like the inflating nature of the altcoin. Most altcoins are not able to keep up with the inflation, as in the supply grows much faster than the demand. And so most altcoins tend to underperform Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana over the long term. And that's actually how I personally make my money in crypto. I don't try to find the next altcoin that makes another 10x. I rather bet on the structure of the market. And with that, we are up 14.3% since the beginning of the year. I have made 20K with that strategy alone. And it's simply just the idea that I don't try to find the one or two altcoins that are doing okay. I simply flip this screen. Everything that's red becomes green. Everything that's green becomes red. And when we've got the odds on our side, then we tend to make money long term. It's maybe not the most sexy approach, but it's an approach that works. And I've set up even a copy trading pool for that strategy. The relative valuation altcoin trading. We bet on altcoins with strong token inflation to underperform Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Last year, annualized, we got 44%. This year, we are already ahead of that target. If you're interested in the copy trading, or if you just want to manually copy trade, I always announce my trades in premium as well. Feel free to check out the premium membership. So thanks for watching. Please give this a like. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to also subscribe. I publish videos regularly. See you next time on YouTube or see you on premium. Link is over here. Thanks for watching. Cheers.